All right, guys, welcome back to Golazo España. It's been a while. I've been really busy with my Liverpool YouTube channel, which is my job. Golazo España is a side interest, and it's something that I do really want to grow, to be honest with you, if I've got the time. That's why I haven't been around. But I'm going to attempt to bring you up to date with the latest headlines from Spain today. I'm just going to quickly show you the front pages. I can't fit them all. They won't fit on the screen because they've got like a wraparound advertisement on the front pages today. So the front page is technically page 2. So we've got MARCA here with a lot to fix. The Club World Cup confirms Xabi Alonso has serious work ahead. So context of that is Real Madrid's humbling defeat to PSG exposed multiple problems under Xabi Alonso. The lack of pressing, poor tactical response and general passiveness have confirmed that there's serious rebuilding to do, especially with the star names underperforming. Moving on to what I call AS. You do pronounce it differently to that, but I'll let you work out why I don't pronounce it as it should be. AS, what are they going with? Signings to the rescue. Obviously, Ibrahima Konate there. If you're a Liverpool fan, I've discussed this in far greater detail on my Cop Talk TV YouTube channel. Signings to the rescue. After the Club World Cup disaster, Madrid are looking at 2 defensive reinforcements. And the context around this is basically this publication is highlighting Madrid's response to the Club World Cup collapse. They're now fast-tracking the signing of Alvaro Carreras and working on a deal for Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool, who's pushing for a move to the Bernabeu. Available on a free next year. Would be up for a move this summer, I think. Real Madrid would pay for him this summer, is the suggestion across the Madrid-based media today. But Liverpool, would want a lot more than Real Madrid are willing to pay, so that might not happen. Sport. So the first 2 are the Real Madrid, pro-Real Madrid, if you like, the Madrid publications. Now we're getting into Barcelona territory, so pro-Barcelona. This one is Hansi Flick takes charge. He's back from holiday and officially in charge with 4 goalkeepers to evaluate. He'll decide soon whether Marc-Andre ter Stegen remains number 1 with Joan Garcia ready to challenge. Basically, is what that's part of the coverage in there today. And finally, Mundo Deportivo, which is another Barcelona publication. This is basically Flick's hour. Flick's time, if you like. The coach gets down to business today to tackle key decisions for Barca. Context: Flick begins his work at Barcelona with 4 urgent tasks. 1, to clarify ter Stegen's role. 2, to decide on the futures of Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen. 3, sort the midfield overload. And 4, try to convince Luis Diaz to sign from Liverpool. Suggestions that he could get involved in that. Again, I've got more detailed coverage of that on Cop Talk TV. If you want to jump across onto that channel. But if you're not a Liverpool fan, you might not want to. Okay, so I've singled out some talking points from all the media today. Well, when I say all the media, I mean the 4 Spanish football publications, focusing on Real Madrid. After the 4-0 loss to PSG, which is embarrassing, Xabi Alonso says the new season starts now. The board agrees. It's rebuild time. So talk of, Alonso and Sanchez and Perez having a transfer summit imminently to discuss the urgent things that need dealing with that side, with that club. Rodrigo is likely to be sold. He barely played during the tournament, and clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool and Bayern are showing interest. I've done videos on Cop Talk TV about that today, so obviously it's Liverpool were linked with him. Alvaro Carreras is close to signing from Portugal to reinforce the left side. Youth striker Gonzalo Garcia impressed with 4 goals and will join the first team. Vinicius Jr. is under pressure for lack of pressing. His renewal remains unsigned. Jude Bellingham will have shoulder surgery and return in November. So that's a bit of a blow for them, isn't it? Ibrahima Konate is refusing to renew with Liverpool. Madrid may move this summer, but only for 20 to 25 million euros. Liverpool want double that, 50 to 60 million euros. Tension is brewing between Florentino Perez and Xabi Alonso. Florentino said the Club World Cup was the start of a new cycle, but Xabi contradicted him publicly, saying it was the end of last season. Obviously, the pro-Barcelona media, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Sport, basically saying that, they're already clashing and all that, at Real Madrid. But if anyone's going to make out there's a drama, it's going to be the Barcelona newspapers. Madrid have also signed Rashad Fatal, a Moroccan striker from Almeria. He joins Castilla, which is Madrid's B team. Now, Barcelona, Araujo, I don't know how to pronounce these names if it's not Jack Daniels or John Smith. I can't even pronounce that today. Returned early and said clearly, I want to stay with Kubasi and Inigo Martinez, also untouchable. Christensen is expected to leave. Ter Stegen returned early too, but his place isn't guaranteed. He's up against Joan Garcia, the new goalkeeper, who's joined from Espanyol. Barça have received the first permit to return to the Spotify Camp Nou. If they finish Phase 1 construction by the end of July, they can host the Joan Gamper Trophy on the 10th of August versus Como, which is Cesc Fabregas' team. Barça are also in the race for Luis Diaz, who wants to leave Liverpool. Bayern have made contact, but no deal yet. Barça won't go above 65 million euros, which is 55.4 million pounds, while Liverpool want 80 million euros, which is 68.2 million pounds, to fund a Rodrigo bid. The Barcelona media is saying that Liverpool want the money to fund a move for Rodrigo, which I think is very interesting, because they will be, getting that, I think, from Luis Diaz's agent. That's what I think. So, moving on, Athletic Club, what have we got to say about them? Yeray Alvarez tested positive in a doping control during the Club World Cup. He says it came from hair loss medication taken unknowingly. Athletic Club is backing him and might even offer a symbolic renewal. Anyway, he's currently provisionally suspended. Celta Vigo, Viliot Swedberg isn't going anywhere despite interest. He and Celta Vigo are working on a new contract beyond 2027. Espanyol, the club has presented 3 new signings. We got Kika Garcia. Kika Garcia. You do it, if you can do better. A striker, free from Alaves. Marco Dimitrovic, goalkeeper, free transfer. Carlos Romero, a left-back, on loan from Villarreal. Dimitrovic made it clear, he said, I'm not here to replace Joan Garcia. I'm here to be my best version. Sounds a bit defensive, doesn't it? Sporting director Fran Garagata said Barca didn't negotiate for Joan, they just paid the clause. Osasuna, Victor Munoz has joined from Real Madrid for 6 million euros, with Osasuna owning 50% of his rights. Getafe were expected to sign him, but Osasuna sealed the deal. Sevilla, Alfon, a winger from La Mancha, has joined Sevilla and signed until 2028. He called it, quote, the perfect club to grow. And finally, Levante, Mateus Moreno, 21-year-old Argentine centre-back, joins Levante on loan from Fiorentina with a 15 million euro buy option. And that, my friends, concludes today's update from Spanish football, top flight football, what the main papers the 4 football dailies are claiming. Was it any good? Did I do all right, or did I let you down? It's very difficult because I never know what to cover. Obviously I want to tell you what's on the headlines, but then the videos would just be a couple of minutes long. But I'm sure maybe you want to hear about some of the other players, other clubs and stuff like that, which I tried to do today. Normally it's like saturated with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico. But I want you to know a little bit about the other clubs as well, So do give me feedback, honest feedback, and I'll always try and improve it for you as best as I can. I really, really would love to make this channel a success. I want to grow this channel, Cop Talk TV, I'm not bothered about growing that. I've done it for a long time and I'm happy with what I've got. I'm not interested. I'm too old for that. I don't want to put myself under pressure. This is, what Cop Talk started as, if you like, a hobby and a bit of an interest. And I'd like to really grow on this channel, to be honest with you. By grow, I just mean get people commenting and saying, oh, thanks, I did appreciate that. I enjoyed it. I learned something. Because I like to, with this, give you the headlines, give you a bit of news, what's going on. Maybe you don't give a fuck about them other clubs I mentioned. Maybe you just want to know about the big clubs. But I want to pick out little special features as well, So that if you think about, if you watch my videos from the start, you can see where I'm learning as I'm going along, right? So headlines, maybe you need to tell me, yeah, tell us the big stuff, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Are you bothered about the smaller clubs? You know, maybe just the key things. But also, you know, the occasional article I think that teaches us something, because sometimes I read something and I think, fuck me, I never knew that. It's interesting, yeah? Let me know, your feedback's important. All right, guys, this channel's not monetized. I don't even know if you can, there's a way to support this channel. I'm sure there is. In the video description, I'm sure I've got a link in there to something. I don't know. But what I would really appreciate is if you thumbs up the video, because that shows that you enjoyed it. If you comment, that gives me feedback and shows me that people are working. Because if I do videos and nobody comments, I'm like, what's the point? You know, because it takes up time, all right? I think, yeah. Share it, like it, comment, perfect. All right, guys, I'll try and keep them coming, okay? But unfortunately, this one doesn't pay the bills, so my priorities have to be with other things. But I really do want to grow this channel, and with your help, I can do that. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Speak soon.